Hey, I want to talk about some sports. What should Aaron Rodgers do next year? Should he play for Green Bay, play somewhere else, or retire?
Well, he definitely should retire. I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, I'm such a big fan. I actually, it looks to me like they're trying everything they can possibly to play in Green Bay. And if they keep Devontae, the receiver, I mean, and then Cobb stays that, I'd stay with Green Bay if I were him.
Yeah, Devontae Adams. Yeah, you're right.
I put the franchise tag on him, I think, right?
Yeah, but he wouldn't be happy about that, and I'm not sure he'd like the fact that Rodgers staying and getting more money would have led to him getting the franchise tag. So we'll see how that plays out. But it is looking more and more like Rodgers is going to stay. I think what they need to do is get him a secondary target after Adams. I think that's a Super Bowl winning team if they can get one more weapon.
Well, they have, um, they're going to keep Cop can still play.
Yeah, he's more of a tertiary target though, Nate, at his age. I mean, I'm not putting the guy down, great career, but if they could get one
Well,
more receiver,
they should sign Antonio Brown.
are you serious?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, he's insane. He'd blow up like he
Okay,
always does.
okay,
If he blew up on Brady, he'd blow up on Rodgers. I couldn't believe some of the things he said about Brady on his way out the door down there.
yeah. Well, who knows?
Now, there's a talk of the devil. There's a rumor Brady might come back and play somewhere else. I don't believe that, Nate, but would you like to see it happen?
No.
You think that should be it?
Yep,
But he could still play, don't you think?
absolutely. That's not the point. I don't know they could ever keep a team around like that together again. I think that he's had no one's ever going to have the fanfare. No one's ever going to be um, leave on as high a note. I mean, how much higher note can you leave?
No.
Beautiful, beautiful family. I mean, he just has distinguished himself as being just, you never hear anything but nice things about him. I've only met him twice, but what a great guy.
No question. But let's play the what if game. Let's say he did want to play. If you could put him with any team, who would you put him with?
I'd put him back with the Buccaneers.
Really? Even though they're kind of, I don't want to say falling apart, but they're losing guys finally. That offensive lineman just retired at age 28.
No, he's on the Chiefs.
Oh, I
Sorry,
get that.
Chiefs.
Well, I'm only a sports radio host. I,
Chiefs,
I can
Chiefs,
get stuff wrong.
Chiefs. Look at it.
But
Not the Chiefs.
Steve, edit that out. Not really. It doesn't matter. But but so you think Tampa could still win if they kept Tom?
I think they could play. Yeah, man. I haven't followed enough of the free agency myself, so I don't know what for sure what's going on. But if they thought, I think if there's an inkling that they thought he would come back, they'd do their best to keep the kid together.
Yeah, I think those rumors are just that. I don't believe he's coming back. If I could put him one place though, Nate, I would put him in San Francisco. I think San Francisco wins the Super Bowl with him.
That I never thought about that. That's true. Yep.
Now, in that vein, what do you think of Jimmy Garoppolo? His numbers aren't always great, but he wins a bunch of games. He's been in a Super Bowl and he's been in a conference championship game.
I know there's a debate today. That kid I like so well on Dan Orlovsky
Right.
thinks that he should be. No. Orlovsky likes Wentz. I was thinking that. Nico, who's the guy that played for Philadelphia?
Oh, Rob Ninkovich.
Yeah, he thinks that um, Jimmy should go to Indianapolis, and that Wentz is a reserve quarterback somewhere. They're making a lot of money to be reserves.
Yeah, they sure are. See, I like Jimmy Garoppolo, and I agree he's made some bad throws at big times, but he's won so many games. He's like 20 games over 500 on his career, and he's won a bunch of playoff games too. How can you not like a guy like that?
I don't know. It's hard for me to understand. I can tell you that.
I'd take him here in Pittsburgh, that's for sure, with Ben
Yeah,
having retired.
yeah.
And by the way, Nate, I hate to correct you. Ollie Marpet retired Tampa Bay.
Oh, Mark, Tampa Bay, really? Okay,
Yep, I looked it up. It's a new
okay.
development. So,
All right. Well, I should have known you were smarter.
uh,
Never,
I am
never argue, never argue with a legitimate sports writer.
I am anything but smarter. Now, speaking of Ben, should Ben Roethlisberger be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes,
Do you think
absolutely.
Do you think he will be, though,
Yeah,
retiring the same year as
absolutely.
Brady? They'll put them
Yes.
both in on the first ballot.
Yep.
Well, I hope you're right. That would be a heck of a day at Canton, wouldn't it?
Why
The Hall of
not?
Fame.
Why not?
I agree. Do you think of Ben in that very top class? Because I do.
I certainly do, yeah. I don't think of him as any more than Tom Brady, but he won 2 Super Bowls. What are you talking about? I mean,
Oh,
and
hey,
I mean, and his numbers, I mean, what a career he's had. God dang.
no, you don't have to convince me. No one's been a bigger supporter of numbers.
And one franchise all those years? Hell yes.
Well, here's a great stat from Ben this year.
If he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, I would tell him to take his name off the ballot forever.
Well, here's a great stat from Ben. And Ben didn't exactly look the part this year because he was older and he was coming off that elbow surgery a couple years back. And his numbers weren't great. But listen to this. He had 6 comeback game-winning drives in the fourth quarter, a career high. He knows how to win. That tells you all you need to know, doesn't it?
Exactly. 2 Super Bowls tells you all you need to know it. You know how hard it is to win a goddamn Super Bowl?
No question. No question.
When are the Detroit Lions gonna win one? Well,
Well,
the last time the Cowboys won one. When
well,
are the Vikings gonna win one?
don't get me started on the Cowboys, okay? I'm not a
Well,
I'm
how
not a
about the Vikings? How about the Vikings?
I'm not a Cowboys fan, and I've met Jerry Jones. He's a great guy,
Mhm.
but
I
he's
do
a
too.
fan. He's a fan being the general manager. You're not going to win with a fan as the general manager.
Well, I tell you, I've met him too, and all I can tell you about him is he deserves to be whatever he wants to be. He's got that kind of money. So,
Well, no, the money part. And you know what I do give him a lot of credit for? All these other sports franchises all across America, all the sports, they're begging for public money to build their stadiums. Jerry Jones built his own stadium because he's
exactly,
got that kind of money. You got to give him a
exactly,
ton of credit.
exactly.
Now, who's the best team in the NBA right now? Because as we talked about off the air, LeBron and the Lakers suck. Not LeBron, the Lakers.
Yeah, I know it's terrible. To me, I'm really hoping. I've only met him one time. I really like James Harden, so I'm pulling the 76ers right now.
Well, did you see their highlights from last night?
Yeah,
How about Harden and Embiid
yeah.
looked like Stockton and Malone?
Only their second game.
And what chemistry? It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and if they thought Harden's out of shape, whoever was saying that, one of those dumbasses on ESPN.
No, he was flying up and down the court, wasn't he?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll tell you what's great too. And Embiid said this after the game. Now they have somebody to divide the defensive pressure. And
Yeah,
that's going to mean
Embiid's
everything.
having a hell of a year. Jesus.
Nate, I think he's one of the top 3 players in the league. His only problem has been staying healthy.
Oh, Embiid, yeah, but he's been healthy this year. He's
Yep,
not in the past. Yeah.
yep. If he can stay healthy, they're a contender.